Okay, this video is for how to draw the elephant. If the elephant is not the animal that you are planning to choose for your project, please stop the video and choose the video that you are going to draw the animal for your project. So if you want to come back later and do the elephant just for fun, please make sure you finish your work first. If you watch all the videos and try all the animals, you will be spending way too much time doing your art assignment this week. Okay, but you can always go back for more. So for this assignment, you need a white piece of paper or a light piece of paper. You could cut up a piece of paper bag, and you could also use a paper plate to do this. You will also need a pencil with an eraser and coloring supplies. So it could be crayons, markers, paint, or colored pencils. You will also need scissors, and if you have it, you may want to use some glue because we're going to attach these animal heads to our background papers from last month. And then we are going to do a piece with texture, and we're going to talk about what supplies you could use for texture later. We're not going to get into it right in the beginning. So for my elephant head, I'm going to hold my paper horizontal. We are only drawing the elephant head, and I'm going to start with the simple shapes that you see in step number 1. So if you look at the handout, which is attached to this assignment, you'll find the elephant, and you can draw any kind of eyes inside of the circle, and then some pretty big elephant ears. Okay, so that's step 1. For step number 2, I'm going to draw part of the trunk on the face, and it's going to continue on towards the side of my paper and end in a little oval. And then I'm going to add 2 tusks. I'm going to turn this line here into a pattern for my elephant trunk. Now, I always like to use a black marker or a black crayon to outline my work in order to make my lines really stand out. Oh wow, that was fast. Now before I start to add color, let's talk about the texture. So we are going to either add implied texture, so using objects around our house that we can rub a naked crayon over, put our paper on top and rub a naked crayon over it to create texture, or you may want to add actual texture. So actual texture would be maybe adding another piece of paper or adding a little bit of felt, or maybe cutting part of the side of that paper plate and adding it for different things. I'm actually going to use a piece of paper towel for this, and I am going to just draw. I have it folded in half, and I'm just going to draw some big elephant ears, and I am going to just kind of get them a little bit darker with my little naked crayon here. And then they're still folded in half. I'm going to cut them out. But you could use lots of things for the elephant's texture. You could use some felt if you wanted to. You could use crumpled up paper if you wanted to. I was really thinking that I might use this for the trunk, but then I thought of the paper towel instead. Or you can skip the actual texture. Remember, actual texture is texture that we actually feel. And you can just add a texture rubbing, okay? So here I have my actual texture, and I'll cut off those other ears. So I have those nice little ears there, but I'm going to cut those off in a little while. But if you wanted to add a texture rubbing, you would just take your texture item and place it underneath your paper and use the side of a naked crayon and very gently rub the side of that naked crayon onto your textured item. So So you know what, maybe this looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll do this for the whole entire thing. I think that would be pretty neat. So let's see. And then I just want to say before we move on to the next step, it's almost the third trimester, and this project will actually count for the third trimester. So that means we are getting ready for second grade. And in second grade, craftsmanship is important. If you haven't noticed, you get graded every month on your craftsmanship, which is how carefully you color, cut, draw, glue, and arrange your details. Now I'm going to cut out my elephant. And like I said, please make sure you're working hard on your cutting. And then I'm going to take my background from last month. If you did not save it, you'll either have to redo it or print it out and then glue on top. And oh my goodness, what happened to my elephant? Oh, there are my elephant ears that I made with my paper towel. Being resourceful here. And glue it into your picture and you will have an amazing finished project. Take a picture, upload it to the Google Classroom or send it to me. I cannot wait to see all of our crazy elephants.